And the next question is, what is not into account when determining a person's career path? And I thought that was really interesting. And Michael, let's start with you on that one.
Well, it's an interesting question. I mean, I'm not 100% sure I know what it means, but I guess I would say that right now, one of the issues with career paths is you need to get into a position to meet the people that are hiring. And that means you have to go through the recruitment or the talent process, such as it's named in many places. And oftentimes that's being automated now. And it's looking for keywords. It's based upon really old, outdated models of what we need, old job descriptions. Unfortunately, while some things are changing, it's still really old technology in the sense of how we're thinking about who might be right for a specific, job. Because you think about it, you're trying to find someone for a job, you have to have some place to start because it's so broad and so open. So you think about what's not taken into account. A lot of times you're not taking into account, your hobbies or your personal life or the things that you value or your social circle. However, in those things, there can be some really good clues as to who you would be in an organization. So I would say that you want to make sure that you bring the whole you to any circumstance where you're trying to create your career or your career path, and understand how the whole you will be able to show up in one step or another step on that career path as opposed to the partial you. Don't let the career path define you. Let who you are define the career path. You'll be much, much happier. And interestingly, you'll probably, if money is what matters to you as well, you'll find a way to make more money doing what you love than doing what you don't love. I've certainly been in jobs that were actually incredibly high paying, were regarded by others as, wow, that's an amazing job with an amazing title, but it wasn't the right place for me and it just did not work. And I've been in jobs people have said, is that really the job you want? Is that really going to do it? But it's turned out to be the thing that was the most fulfilling and, quite frankly, in the end, the most lucrative. Mark, what are your thoughts about, what's not taken into account in determining a career path?
Yeah, so I think I'm going to take the question this way is what do people miss out on a lot when they're trying to work their career in some way? What don't they pay attention to that maybe they should more? And I would say, your network. Often people don't really understand what their network is, and they don't talk to their network. Think about it. If you've got a dream job that you want, or an industry that you want to work in, are you telling everybody that? Because if you're not telling everybody you meet what your goal is, you're missing out on connections that you didn't even know were there, and they certainly didn't know were there because they didn't know you needed that connection. So first of all, it's just like you're going to tell everybody. Start telling everybody where it is you want to be, who you want to be working with, what that role is, and see how, the universe, which is not a mystery thing, it's a bunch of people who connected with other people, and just notice how there's an incredible amount of connections around you. It's not mysterious. It's just fact. They just exist in life. The other thing that I notice people don't do is they don't aim high for who they want to ask for help from. Because there's risk, isn't there? There's risk going to your hero and going, hey, I really want to be in your role, doing your kind of thing. I really dream about being like you. What shall I do? Help me out. Here's what I notice when people do that, and they do the research around that person as to how best to approach them. They probably research that person. They actually do quite well because not many people go and ask that person. They're seen as a little bit too esoteric, too high, too mysterious. So aim high for who you ask for help from. That isn't paid enough attention to. And the network around you that you meet every day, aim at them as well. There's my answer to that question, Faye.
And this is so insightful and holistic way of looking at such a simple question. Thank you so much for your answers.